Good evening, race fans, and welcome to the road to the grand finals the Dutch way. It is round number 3. It is Zolder. We've had Zandvoort and Imola in our rear view mirror, and of course joining us for that has been myself, Double Raven, aka John Wright, of course, and one of the main admins and all-round great guy at DC-SimRacing. It is Mr. Daniel Thielman, whose name I'm going to pronounce. Daniel Metz, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong. Sorry, Daniel. It is Daniel joining me this evening. I am very good, my friend. I am very good. Too many Daniels and not enough brain cells. I think most people would agree on that one. It is round number 3 though this evening. As I said, we've had some absolutely phenomenal action so far. Zandvoort, the conditions, Imola, the racing, Zolder, here we come. This is going to be an absolutely incredible race this evening, and it's been an incredible series so far, Daniel. Indeed it is. It's one of my absolute personal favourites to drive it. I have to be honest. Yeah, I absolutely love it. And especially since 1.9 the Ferrari can actually get over some of the curbs the way the rest of all those cheats and Mercedes used to do. So it's nice to be on the same playing field as them for once. Not on the same playing field as my good self. That's Team Shazoo. They're leading the team championship. 2 trips to the podium, first and third place, 99 points, but only a point ahead of RCI Esports in the McLaren. So 2 McLarens up at the top of the field there. No surprises, I hear you say in the chat. And they're on the same point as VDES Racing. Another Mercedes blocking the McLaren dominance. Because there is another one in the top 5, another RCI Esports car. Second team on 98 points, 14 points ahead of Team 1FF in the Lambo. That other McLaren I mentioned, RCI Esports in 5th place. Crazy Fly Racing Team, another Lamborghini there, 6th position. Race IT, good to see a Ferrari in the top 10, no bias here whatsoever, of course. 8th and 11th so far this season, 49 points, putting them 5 points ahead of Raggioli Racing in the Lamborghini. VDS Racing with a second team in the top 10 is a Mercedes once again, 41 points for them, and a point ahead of Race Esports team in the Audi there on 40 points, Daniel, and they're on the same as Team 1FF in the Lambo. Yes. I will continue on then, and Lambo's Team 1FF, 11th position, 40 points. The same points as Race Esports team. There we go, just make sure that is actually on as well. Full audio at the moment. Daniel's microphone was playing up a bit there, but it does seem to have fixed itself now. We've got VDS Racing, as I mentioned there, in 12th. Team Ballas, the Ukraine car there, only made it to race 2, didn't finish at race number 1, but still managed to get a 7th place. It's 13th in the championship. Definitely ones to watch going forward. Team Track Limits in 14th place. Again, much like the Team Ballast, not finishing one of the races, but that's 7th place, 31 points, putting them in the top 15 and ahead of Team Sis Racing with the 14th and 16th place. They are on 26 points. Sorry, the glasses need to go on. Glitch Motorsport in 16th. The Corner Cut Racing Team in 17th. Big Brain Racing in 18th place on 19 points. Oops, and in 19th place is the Pseudo Racing Team Alpha. 17 points they've got. Only one finish as well, so another team well worth keeping an eye on in that Lambo. Team Drinkers Pub in the Ferrari, 16 points, rounding out the top 20. Of course, Name Not Found, car 404. They've got 15 points as well, 21st. The highest DC-SimRacing car at the moment, of course. Not the best race in either of them. Some contacts early doors and dropping off the pace. See DC-SimRacing, the home team, only 22nd with a 16th and a DNF. So they will be hoping for a massive upturn in fortunes going forward in the championship.
I see team Name Not Found unfortunately had to sign out for this round, so they will not be with us tonight, unfortunately.
Okay, how are your technical issues coming on, Daniel? Are we
should be really up and running again. If my microphone is sounding okay, we made a couple of improvements, so that should be a bit better, so please let us know. But I see Alexander Candide says we don't hear my voice on stream. Is that still going on?
If that is still the case, Alexander, can you hear Daniel at the moment? Let's just check that, and that is situated there, so there we go. The driver's in a briefing at the moment, Daniel.
Yep. Yeah, I was just checking that out. Just the usual stuff. We're forwarding to the qualifying, I see. So just the usual stuff. Be careful those first laps. And of course the level is incredibly high here, so I guess I'm guessing that most of these guys absolutely know how to behave themselves on the track with the level we've seen so far in this championship. And as you just said, the top of the standings, I think the first three cars are about 1 point separating them. So the first two cars, if I remember correctly, have 99 points.
99 and 98. Yeah, actually, Daniel, sorry, could you do me a quick favour? Could you turn your screen share down to 1080, please? It's a little bit jerky. I think if you turn it down to 1080, though, it should run buttery smooth. Benno of Mayhem in the chat. Good luck with the broadcast. No need for good luck. We've just got some awesome racing we're going to be looking at. Hear you loud and clear now, says Alexander. Excellent.
Perfect.
There we go, yeah. So we've got 2 views on the race. One of them a little bit stuttery. If that is off-putting in any way, let us know.
Let's see how I can...
Well, I'm pushing the kilobytes on the stream so slightly, but...
Yeah, it's a bit stuttery.
Pushing boundaries.
Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, also just got a confirmation from my friend Henk Goossens from DC-SimRacing as well, that my sound is okay now, so at least that's okay.
Excellent.
So we're slowly getting there, and I'm sure that that final race, those 4 hours, that I'm really looking forward to, that we're gonna have that's going to be smooth. How do you say?
No, stop! I'm going to stop you in your tracks right there. Do not jinx any future broadcasts, or you will find your career cut short, my good man, because there is a mute button and I can eject you from the commentary box. I had a special James Bond ejector seat fitted just in case.
That's the noise my sound makes.
That's exactly what it is. That flashing red light behind your head, just ignore that. That's fine, as long as you do your job okay. But yeah, do not be jinxing. Broadcast, please, thank you, good sir.
Yeah, I'll keep that in mind.
Good lad, we'll like that. We've got Blue Up 15 out on the track this evening. There is Daniel Thielen. He's not in the commentary box, he's in the chat. That's what happens when you spend too much time concentrating on the team standings. You end up calling your co-commentator one of the drivers. Hurrah!
But was that what's going on? Okay.
Daniel Thielen is the driver, and he's driving for Team Drinkers Pub. I'm not sure what that says about you, Daniel. There's no implications on my part whatsoever there.
It's an easy mistake to make.
Indeed. Indeed. But they're going to be setting some very quick times. I would say going to be setting some quick times. The track is damp. They've got 16 minutes of qualifying, and it is only 14 degrees, so fairly unlikely that we're going to see it dry. It could progress to greasy, but we really will separate the drivers from the skivers as they're coming through some of these chicanes on the curve. We'll really find out just how damp this track is. Oh yeah, that's a nice big puddle on the way into the second chicane. Oh, and on the way out as well. Oh, spicy. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one. For us, the viewers, for the drivers on board, it is going to be a hair-on-scare ride.
Yeah, but that's how we love it.
Oh, indeed we do. Indeed we do. Yes, of course, 90-minute races. It is teams. The drivers can spend no more than 60 minutes out on track, and there is a pit window of 30 minutes in the middle of the race. What is it the drivers are racing for? It is places in the VCO Sim Grid Grand Finals. That itself is a 3-round endurance championship that will take place. Let me get someone that's on track. There we go, that's going to take place in November and December, and the finals will feature a mixed grid, GT3s and GT4s. Top 3 teams from this championship will get a spot in the final in the GT3 cars. 4th and 5th in this championship will get themselves a GT4 car, and 6th, 7th and 8th will get themselves into a playoff in October. The top 3 teams from the playoff will then get a GT4 car in the final. So the competition places few and far between, and Daniel, with the strength of field that we've seen here and around some of the other empty competitions, it's the competition is fierce for spots, especially in the GT3 cars.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's, as I said, it's so close. Anything can happen, and of course we have that final race where we have double points. So it's hopefully going to be exciting till the last lap. It should be.
Oh, absolutely. Well, yeah, I was just about to mention that. Yeah, the double points as well for the last round. So that really is 1 point separating teams at the top Yeah, if they two aren't careful, some of the teams at the back there, double points in the 4-hour race. Yeah, could really shake it up. Nighttime race at 11 p.m. So it's going to be nice and easy to see those beautiful liveries. It's Polovchuk that's leading the way for Team Ballas. More McLaren domination as well. Oh, we've lost that. Let me just...
Yeah, I'm just restarting my stream. So it's in 1080p now. Should be a bit better, hopefully.
There we go. That does seem to be running a bit better. It's a bit stuttery though.
Yeah, maybe it's just my my nice laptop not being able to handle what's going on here.
Yeah, the remote tools these days really are having fun communicating with the port, so that was just having itself a bit of a moment there, but we're back up and running. Normal service has been resumed. Christopher Streppen, certainly, he is quick all over the place. I saw him racing in a GT4 car last night. He's fourth in a GT3 car this evening. Actually, yeah, that's what I was just about to talk about as well, Daniel. The McLaren dominance, the last update, there was a quick update to rebalance the car, apparently. I think someone might have forgotten to tell the drivers. We've got 4 of them in the top 5. It's the Caribbean at the moment.
Yeah, you can't stop the people from being quick. I mean, yeah. Sorry, these guys are not just quick. You can probably place them well. What's the really old car, the Ryder, and it probably would still be quick, but maybe not really top 5, but yeah.
All hail Volkan Bakırdan. So he's a Twitch streamer, American, and he raced the Reuter in a full GT3 league and managed to get himself in top 5 things. Incredible stuff. So yeah, Mr. Bakırdan, we salute you. But yeah, the Reuter, that was his, what a machine, and yeah, he could drive that so much quicker than I can drive a GT3 car. Christoph Verstappen.
Local hero.
Indeed, 0.003 of a second, Daniel, separating the two at the top on a damp track as well. 1:31.5 on a damp track. I mean, my best around here in optimum conditions is a 29.8.
I would even have to think what my time here would be, but obviously not anywhere near this. But, yeah. I think it was maybe 1:35. I have to say I haven't driven this track an incredible amount, and also I'm not good, but it's one of these factors, maybe both of them, but yeah, amazing. 1:31.5, and yeah, as you say, so close.
Yeah, incredible. 3,000, and Fleischer is only a 10th behind, so let's not overlook his efforts in qualifying. They are pretty impressive as well. Let us, where is Pelosi? He's just coming through. Do we have anyone coming here over the start finish line? Yes, we do. It is Shea. So tell you what, because it's so dark, let's jump on the chase cam. Oh no, let's not jump on the chase cam. What's going on?
Just looking at Nick Timmermans, he's working on the good improvement, 6/10. Currently on P10, and he's jumping to P8. Very nice. Another local hero there. Timmermans in the DC-SimRacing. His teammate, of course, Christophe Samijn. So lots of local Belgian guys. And actually, this track is about an hour's drive for me as well. So I'm sort of a reserve Belgian.
Oh, nice.
It's actually closer. Zolder is actually closer for me to drive than Zandvoort.
Wow.
I would have to drive across the country to reach Zandvoort. So, but just in the category of useless information. You now know this.
I was going to say in the category of useless information, that is quite a decent flex. My local track, Knock Hill. There you go. Yeah, everyone instantly, huh? If you know project cars too, you know Knock Hill. Quite an interesting.
Knock Hill. I know Knock Hill from. My laptop is about to die. I know Knock Hill from what's it called? Toka 2, I think it was.
Toka 2, there you go. Yeah. Absolutely. We've got Mick Maz in the chat. Good evening. Thank you for saying hello. I'm going to have to go and close the blinds. The sun has got his hat on in Scotland. I'd imagine it's got his hat on in Germany as well. Maximilian Shea in the Team 1FF Lamborghini puts himself 2.5 tenths ahead of Pavlo Polovchuk in the Team Ballas McLaren, and it's a Lamborghini that's topping the time board just after I was saying that about the McLarens. Christopher Streppen still in third, still only 3 thousandths behind Polovchuk, but as I'm saying that, Polovchuk is about to put in a very quick time indeed. He's going to retake pole position by 0.3 of a second. Almost 0.3 of a second then, so it is. As you were, back to, 3 McLarens inside the top 5 with Louis Fleischer in 4th place there still, as Daniel mentioned. Dick Timmermans inside the top 10, Velikopolski in 9th, and it is Boduba for Race Esports in the Audi. Rounding out the top 10, Leonid Makovkin, Crazy Fly Racing. We are about to see an improvement there. Tomlin improves, but Makovkin is about to put some serious time between him and 10th place as he goes to 7th position and gets to within, not only gets to within a second of pole position, Daniel, he has set an identical time to Mattia De Campo, who snuck into the top 10 Team Shizu as I was watching the rest of the drivers there, and they're only 200ths behind Ignacy Busiek then, so quick and unbelievably close again.
Yeah, and 2 different cars as well. We got a McLaren and a Lambo, so yeah, lovely. Speaks volumes about the level of racing.
It absolutely 100% does. It really does. To say that they are completely different cars, somewhat of an understatement. Definitely got varying characteristics between them both. And yeah, over the length of the circuit. Sorry, I didn't actually even talk about the circuit. I got so excited about the racing. It is Zolder, of course. It's 2.4 miles long. 1963. It was thrown together, of course. Zolder in Belgium, closer to Daniel's house than Zandvoort is as well. 15 corners, 6 to the left, 9 to the right. But let's face it, it's 3 chicanes and a hairpin. 19 metres of elevation change, so not exactly much. As we just come through the final chicane, across the start-finish line then, Leonid Makovkin, Busiek and De Campo both going quicker. Makovkin into Eerst, turn number 1, and in fact, would you like to do the corner names, Daniel?
Yeah, sure. He just went through Eerste, and then we go to the Sternwachtbocht, and straight into the Kanaalbocht, which leads up to Lucien Bianchi bocht. Lots of bochten tonight, of course, and just a short straight here onto the kleine chicane. So lots of Dutch. Here we have the Sacramentshelling, and of course coming up to the Villeneuve chicane. Of course, we had some tragedy here on this track. Oh, small mistake there by Makovkin. So that's the end of the lap.
Campaniella Obliges has put it in the kitty litter as well.
Nice. So there's a couple of corners. There's still a couple of corners on this track, but maybe we can see if we can jump in with someone.
We'll jump on board with Verstappen.
Yeah. again here, going to that kleine chicane, and this is going to be a big point for that first lap. Because of course, coming down towards that kleine chicane, which means small chicane. So, hey, what do you know? Veel no chicane on that point where there's definitely going to be a lot of traffic. We're coming up to the Terlamenbocht. Have to be careful not to go over the curbstone there, on towards the Boulderbergbocht. It's easy to trick yourself here and brake too late. This is the Jochen Reenbocht in the final straight already. We're going to the last chicane here, which is the Jackie X bocht. They called each corner. Actually, they made sure that the bocht was in the name there. So we're back on the straight again. So say bocht for me, please, John.
Bocht.
Yes, very nice. I like your.
Oh yeah, you've got to get that in there. That's yeah, we're good at that. I did learn that long ago because, of course, bocht is Dutch for corner.
Yeah, very good, very good. Yeah, that's, you should definitely know that if you do commentary on Zolder or Zandvoort, or probably even Spa, although I don't think that's Flanders, but not sure about that actually. That's probably French speaking there, so. But maybe there's a bocht in there somewhere.
I'm trying to think if there ever has been. There might have been in the original iteration of the course, the 12 or 14 mile one that rivaled the Nordschleife for sheer insanity. Let's call it like it is, absolute insane. So there might have been a bocht or two in there. I don't think there is in the current iteration. I don't think there has been. Trying to think back to the 70s in Formula 1. I tell you what, actually, while we're waiting, I've got a minute 41 to go, and we've got Christopher Streppen, who is going quicker at the moment. Did you know, Daniel, that I might have to eat some humble pie? Because it turns out that Speaker's Corner at Spa, the reason that's been changed, turn 9 at Spa, the reason it's been changed and called Speaker's Corner is because of FIA homologation rules as per visibility through visors for racing drivers. So they've had to change the angle of the corner so it's still fully visible out with this new design of safer racing helmets. And I think that might be the reasons why they've made changes at Barcelona, and I think there might be a few other corners around the racing world. If you have a look at Valencia, it could well be for the chopping block.
Yeah. That's I mean, that's the thing. As we said before, that's Formula One. What Formula One does, the other race classes just have to follow, whether they like it or not. And if a circuit needs to be changed, of course, Austria being the big, how do you say that? They're somehow exempted of this, so they also have MotoGP. So we're not gonna change any silly track limits because we also have MotoGP. So, but all the other tracks, they basically just want to change for Formula One. And well, personally, I know you don't like the, for example, the new version of Zandvoort, but I do.
Indeed. Oh, Leonid Makovkin. He is a bit of a fan of Zolder in the dark then, 13-degree track temperature. He's got himself to within half a second, and he's got another lap with a green delta. Joe Tomlin and Igor Gornikov are both green. So too Louis Fleischer, and he could... Oh no, he's lost a bit of time there. Is he going to gain it again? Ignacy Bushek as well. Looking very quick indeed. Both of them 10th up at the minute. Verstappen in the pit, so too Maximilian Shea. Polovchuk is out, but he is down on his time. I'm not sure he's going to find 7/10. Oh, sorry, you did go a bit watery there. Say that again, Daniel?
That was Fleischer going to P4.
Oh, yeah. Wow, so he has got himself ahead of McCovkin then, so McCovkin needs to find time. Joe Tomlin definitely finds time, puts himself 8th position for the Big Brain Racing team then. Another McLaren, 2 of them on the front row. McCovkin still on track. He is coming at the final chicane now. Can he get this one done out of the last corner? He needs half a tenth to get himself 4th, a couple of tenths to get himself 3rd. No improvement then. It is 5th position for McCovkin. Let's do that and bring up the timetables then. So it is Polovkin that takes pole. That's a lot of McLarens. Complete dominance there for Lamborghini and McLaren. One solitary Audi in the top 10. 4 Lamborghinis, 5 McLarens. 2 of them on the front row there. Yuzdetsky and Polovchik going to start on the front row. Larenk and Verstappen, quite the team that is. In second place, Littersheed and Shea. In third, Fleischer and Lindner. In fourth with Makovkin and Bogoroditsky starting in 5th place. Mateo de Campo got his team up to 6th place. His teammate Zelch joining them there, of course. Haleman and Busiek in 7th. Redford and Tomlin for Big Brain in 8th. Campagnella and Hemming in 9th. Lou and Bedoba in 10th. Gornikov and Rakhmatov in 11th. Velikopolsky and Sikorakova in 12th. Samin and Timmermans in 13th. Keller and Weiss in 14th place. And Thielen and Credit. There we go, Credit. Bringing up the rear of the field. And 3 split, no one team, quite unsurprisingly I suppose, Daniel, taking those 3 purple sectors, but nonetheless very close in qualifying. 6 tenths separating the top 6. That's not bad around this length of track in these conditions.
Yeah, lovely. And it does make me happy to see a wet track there in the background, because my mind goes back to Zandvoort, the first race.
Which was incredible.
Absolutely.
It was incredible, and this is going to be another good one. The track is fully wet. It is slightly warmer, 19 degrees. It's going to be for the start of the race. We've got 2 minutes while the drivers set their tyre PSIs. I've got a couple of penalties coming in. That'll be from the previous rounds. This is, of course, round number 3. It is the DCO Road to the Grand Finals, the Dutch way. A 5-round competition, 4 90-minute races. We've got this one at Zolder just about to start, and then Watkins Glen on August the 17th. Love that course. And then on September the 2nd, it's a Saturday afternoon, we will have 4 hours of Suzuka. Double points up for grabs. Oh yes, a 90-minute race tonight, 60 minutes maximum any one of the 2 drivers can spend out on track, and there is a 30-minute pit window right in the middle of the race. Oh yeah, and then it's slightly different in the 4-hour race, but we'll cover that when we come to it. We've seen a lot of the... Sorry, on you go, Daniel?
Yeah, we will have so much time to talk about that during the 4-hour race. So, yeah, that's going to be interesting. Of course, let's, as you say, first do these rounds. But, yeah, absolutely looking forward to that 4-hour race.
Yeah, and Suzuka is a phenomenal course. Yeah, it really is.
I think for endurance is there's probably just a couple of tracks sorry, where you can... do the endurance races. It's probably the best suited for endurance races, and Suzuka is definitely one of them.
30 seconds.
Of course, it's just 4 hours, but still very much looking forward to that.
Sorry, but I'm picking up a bit of gate in the background. Let me just pop that on. There we go. Excellent.
10 seconds.
Yeah, your microphone is being a little bit wonky, Daniel. Hopefully it sounds okay on the broadcast. We'll get it up and running It should be okay now, hopefully.
Yeah, I hear my laptop is about to take off, so
That's what we're hearing. There we go.
I hope that's
Every now
not
and again.
too apparent on the stream, but
No, it's okay. I put the noise cancellation on, so he says with no control whatsoever of the cameras. There we go. Is Yuzdetsky that's going to take the lead. It says Polovchik there, but of course it looks like they've swapped over. Verstappen, Littersheed's going to start. Fleischer behind the wheel. Makovkin's going to start for this one. De Campo as well. Championship leaders. We're only 2 rounds in. There's only a point separating the top 2, and the top team, Daniel, starting in 6th position on a wet track. With no rain falling and no rain predicted. This is a tricky situation for De Campo and his teammate to work their way through.
Yeah, it is. But of course, I'm sure these guys will have full faith. But with the level of racing that we have, it's it'll be tricky. But yeah, they should just be patient and just bide their time, I think, because. I'm thinking, of course, there's just 15 cars tonight, but still that first corner or that first chicane, I should say, the kleine chicane. But that's always a bit of a, how do you call that? You always use that word, that effect.
Concertina effect.
Yes, exactly. Concertina.
Oh yes, concertina.
So you're definitely going to have a lot of that there. So.
Yeah, we definitely are. We've got a lot of water on the track at the minute as well. As you can see there is spraking up, they're kicking up. There is absolute standing water every place. So the track is fully wet. So the drivers, do they brave dry tyres? I think we'll find out early doors who braved dry tyres to start this. I'm not sure. I don't know. I mean, I've been out the game for a while. I only do short races now. How much running do we think we can do on dry tyres out here? Is there drivers out there that are thinking, you know what, I can tough it out on dry tyres because the track is potentially going to dry out? I mean, if it works, genius. If it doesn't work, there's a couple of minutes worth of damage in the trip in the pits, do we think?
Yeah, absolutely. But I mean, on Zandvoort we saw that it went quicker than I would expect. Just the effect of a wet track, and I'm guessing that's the other way around as well. So if it dries up, I'm guessing, you're gonna want to go onto dry tires pretty quickly.
Indeed they are. Here we go across the start-finish line. It's the green lights, it's foot down, it's flat out, and it's into turn number 1. All very respectful. Shea taking a big move up the inside, saw his teammate come in, and he's still going to run a little bit wide. If he touches that McLaren, it's game over for them both, but they both survived. The Team Shizuka making good ground in the background as well. And there has been a touch between the lead two of the top 3. And Team Shizu's made contact, another bit of avoiding action there. Both of them going sideways there, and the Lamborghini's getting left standing there. Fleischer making good moves. It's Maximilian Shea now finds himself in a 3-wide situation with the Race IT making it through. Sorry, that's the Audi of Race Esports making it through, coming into the second chicane. The lead group have made themselves a nice little breakaway. The Team Shizuka, no patience required. The rest of the field opened up, put them into 4th position. Polovchuk showing Verstappen a very clean pair of heels as Louis Fleischer manages to hang on for Team 1FF. One of the Lamborghinis managing to stay just inside the top 5. It is De Campo in 4th, and Buschek now for RCI Esports in 5th position. Budoba was indeed Race Esports there in the Audi there. He's 6th position, and Maximilian Shea is tumbling down the order. 15th position he now finds himself in. And I tell you, let's have another look at the start there for Maximilian Shea. The full sideways there as we saw. He came back on the track, managed to hold it. There is the McLaren in the background, 3 wide through turn 3. Phenomenal driving, and they've got the McLaren coming up the inside to make this all the more interesting into the first chicane. He's got the Race Esports car just ahead of him. Really had to catch the breath there. And the Lambo. I thought that was going to be a contact from the inside. And he's gone full airborne. Absolutely, you can hit the curves on the 1.9 physics, Daniel, but maybe not quite that hard.
Yeah, exactly. That's really difficult, especially that second curve there is. Yeah, if you hit that incorrectly, then you're definitely going to do that.
Yeah, really.
That we just saw.
Yeah, those curves absolutely merciless in these conditions. And speaking of merciless, let's look at Polovchuk up at the front. He did actually get closed in on ever so slightly through the hairpin, so the conditions, catching him out ever so slightly, but we're comfortably on to lap number 2. It's Polovchuk leading Verstappen in second, Fleischer in third. De Campo getting the job done in the opening lap, kept his head while others around him let theirs go, and has got them up to 4th position, and only a place to make up to their championship rivals. Verstappen there in second, and we can see off Polovchuk's rear spoiler then. Timmermans, look how close they're all getting there. The concertina effect is real. The Lamborghini in the background is getting closed in on. He's being hunted down by De Campo in that McLaren. Shea coming into the pits. That's outside the pit window, so this won't count towards the mandatory requirement, so there will be another pit in, so they must have picked up a bit of damage. But out of the last corner, Polovchuk, Verstappen and Fleischer holding those podium positions, but it is Mattia De Campo who is, he wasn't quite as close as I thought he was there out of the last corner, certainly through turn number 1. Fleischer will be fully aware. Fleischer setting the fastest second lap, so close. De Campo just running a little bit wide there. Budova up to 6th position. Makovkin in 7th, 10-second penalty for making contact in qualifying. Same too as Daniel Thielen in the Team Drinkers Pub car, 10 seconds as well there. Shukurikova now in 14th, and Maximilian Shea. Oh, that's a lot of damage, Daniel. Start of a 90-minute race, that's a lot of damage for the Team 1FF Lamborghini there.
Yeah, that's and this was the car that went over that curb, right? So yeah,
correct.
It's just unfortunate. There's not a lot of room there.
Change the lead. Change in the lead of the race. There has been a change in the lead of the race. Polovchuk then. Let's have a look and see if he is just outgunned. Oh, he didn't quite get the exit there out of turn number 3. So the McLaren chasing Verstappen. He's lost another position as well. Oh, too brave over that first chicane, and 2 wheels on the grass for Verstappen. That shows you how much momentum Polovchuk lost. Verstappen still managed to put 2 wheels on the grass and get past him through that chicane. He is all at sea in these conditions, and he has now got De Campo hunting him down. So Polovchuk there, absolutely solid start, Daniel, until it wasn't. Team Shizou looking to get themselves onto the podium again early doors.
Yeah, absolutely keeping him honest there. So good start by the 2-on-1 car from 6th to 4th, and as I said before the race, guys have to be careful, but they're obviously very sharp to take advantage.
Indeed they are, yeah. Mattia De Campo is the driver looking to do so. Louis Fleischer, another car absolutely flying over that first chicane, and it's for the lead of the race again. Pavlo Polovchuk, he really is coming under serious pressure, and Buszek as well setting fastest lap then. So the fastest lap being shared. The driver with a clean air is basically taking the purple lap at the moment. Makovkin 2 tenths behind Budova, but we're on board with Buszek, who is now chasing down De Campo. So a great 3-way battle. I'm sure we got a good, no we don't, not from there. Let's see if we got a good rear view mirror. There we go, on board with De Campo, the Team Shizuka at 4th place. That is 3rd ahead of them, but it is now Polovchuk instead of Fleischer, as it was in the opening exchanges. Buszek growing ever larger in the rear view mirror. McLaren on McLaren action all the way through the top 5 there. Fleischer, the only Lamborghini, the only non-McLaren even inside the top 5. There was 2 Lambos in the top 5 in quali. One of them has dropped down then. Hopkin all the way down in 7th, and of course Shea no longer in the race. So that and Daniel, for me, that is not the I mean, that's a lot of damage to get repaired, but With only 15 tonight, there's still points up for grabs, and it's double points for Suzuka. So an early exit for Maximilian and the Team 1FF. They could well regret that.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, as you say, just quite a lot of time, it's unfortunate that it's just 15 cars, but you can take advantage of that. So those guys are very quick. So yeah, who knows what? It's still a long race. Who knows what can happen? So
especially in these conditions.
Absolutely. And speaking of that, I'm just looking at the chat. Menno says he said that before the start of the race. I think it's too wet to start on slicks. So a couple of laps into the race, I would definitely agree with you. As you see, it's not really drying up so far. Tom Bryant says, "Let's go RCI, mega job so far, lads." And Menno says, "What an overtake from Verstappen." Absolutely.
Indeed it was. Great overtake by Verstappen. Sorry to reach over the room then, close the blinds. Good evening, Tom Bryant in the chat as well. Hello, thank you for tuning in. Cheering on the RCI drivers. And great overtake by Verstappen, leading the way still Mattia De Campo. Still got Buszek keeping him honest. Makovkin doing the same to Budoba still. The sun is putting his hat on. But you can see, or I hope you can see, the reflection on the screen there. I hope the screen does it justice. The amount of standing water that is on that track. Still, so very tricky conditions, and no pit open for another 21 minutes.
Yeah,
30 minutes. 30 minutes into the race, There we go. Hands up anyone that can guess how we know that Leonid Makovkin drives with an exterior camera. He's got no window wipers on, although maybe we wouldn't even use window wipers in those conditions, just that would might cause an extra bit of blurring on the screen. But the Lamborghini certainly getting a whole lot of spray from the Audi ahead. He is parked right on that rear spoiler. So too is Louis Fleischer though. He is not giving up his hunt for the lead of the race. He's seen Polovchuk get overtaken by Verstappen. Polovchuk just slightest bit too much contact. And it's going to get a very close into turn number 1. It is McLaren again. It is De Campo versus Polovchuk. Team Ballas versus Team Shizou up the inside. Beautiful cutback. How did he hold on to that? The car absolutely tried its best to let go on those curves. Polovchuk wrestling it back into shape, and is it going to be the third man in the equation that is best positioned once again through turn number 3 and into turn number 4? The McLarens ahead are going to be side by side again. It's only dampened one of the narrowest tracks in the world, but they've gone 2 by 2, and here comes Buszek. RCI Esports. How is this one going to play through the first chicane? Who is going to get this one the neatest? It is, they've all gone single file. Every single one of them avoiding that exit curve there, Daniel.
I mean, I guess that also speaks to the level. That was a good call to go single file there, because that would not have ended well. But just a couple of seconds before that, they were 3 abreast. So nice choice.
Incredible driving in the wet. The McLaren may be a bit of a meta car at the minute in a straight line, but that was a whole lot of grip to be finding in these conditions. And well, that was happening actually. Makovkin gets himself an overtake on Budoba then. Budoba finally succumbed. Budoba was more than likely mesmerised with the battle that he was watching ahead. There was the three-way battle. That was the problem here, the grandstand seat to what was going on, and Makovkin in the background said thank you very much and took a position. We can see the Lambo put in a whole lot of pressure, and there we go, there is the 3 McLarens going through. They both did well there, but the Lamborghini just got a better run through the chicane. He's got the outside of that. Is such a tricky left-hander as well, but into the chicane he's got the position. The Audi thinking better of challenging too much. I know the 1.9 physics update is a bit more forgiving than it has been in the past. Thank you, Kunos, finally. But Daniel, you definitely don't want to be pushing your luck, shall we say, in these conditions. You're definitely avoiding contact at all costs because, yeah, the physics update has been improved, but you make contact with these cars side by side in these conditions. Yeah, you might as well roll the dice and roll 6 dice and hope for a Yahtzee every time.
Yeah, I think that was a good choice by Bedora to just let him go, because if you don't have a good exit onto the Zuckerman's Helling, it's just basically a matter of the other guy just comes past you and you know it's going to happen. So yeah, might as well let him go. And yeah, you saw as he went into the Villeneuve corner, or the Villeneuve chicane, I should say, that he basically just let him go because it's so difficult. Different lines here, and of course he had the racing line. But yeah, even if the other guy does not have the racing line, you don't want to force him into a mistake that pushes you into pushes him into yourself, I should say. So yeah, good choice. Intelligent racing, I would say.
Yeah, 100%. Just jumping back on board with the Campo and Polovchuk. The Campo back on that podium, but Polovchuk not giving up the hunt for third position. He wants back on that podium. Of course, qualified in pole position, down 3 places since the start of the race. You can see just how close again these McLarens are getting in these conditions. As it dries up, the racing is only going to get closer and better, because you can see the sun there in the background. It is there, but it is going down. Parts of the track are in shade. We're already down to 18 degrees. So how long are we going to be in the wet phase? Are we going to get through the greasy phase? What is the tyre of choice going to be when we get to the pit window? Many of the drivers are going to come in straight away on the 30-minute mark. Many are going to stay out for 55 minutes. We've got not long till we find out. And again, we jump back on both these two. And it is still, when I say 2, it's still a train of 3 then. Buschek not letting go of this podium battle. And Makovkin in the back and only 1.1 seconds down. So again, another driver more. In fact, there he is there, joining them in the hairpin. This is just getting better and better, Daniel. We've got this great little battle between the top 2, and we've got effectively a 4-way battle for the final podium position. And you know I'm going to end up missing most of the overtakes, because where do we look first?
Yeah, exactly. And that just goes again, speaks for the level of racing, because I know it's just 14 cars now, but if it's 14 cars that are so incredibly close, that's still good racing.
Oh yeah, it really is.
You don't need 40 cars for that.
No, you don't. You just need a decent group of solid drivers. I do like that new Ballas Esports livery. I think that's the first time I've seen that one. Is that an update from last time out?
Is that...
I don't remember having the black zigzags on the side. Yeah, Polovchuk. That's a nice livery.
I did notice a... Yeah, you do that. That sounds good.
Yeah, let's do that.
I think it's pretty much the same livery as last time, but I did notice a update to one of the liveries tonight. Didn't have time to check which one it was, but well, even if it has changed, it was a good livery and it still is. Looks absolutely amazing. The one you're looking at now.
Oh yeah, it is, yeah. Yeah, the camera, the free cam on this isn't the most intuitive thing in the world to use, but
I think he did a good job there.
It does look good. And there is Makovkin in the background. While we were doing that, we were all enjoying the livery. Makovkin was enjoying the ever-increasing size of the rear spoiler of the car in front. He's got Buschek. He is definitely giving him pause for thought at the minute, and Polovchuk himself definitely still keeping a close eye on the Campo. Up in the front, Verstappen and Fleischer still only separated by half a second. Makovkin all over the back of Buschek then. We've been watching the drivers up at the front of Campo and Polovchuk. Is it going to be Makovkin going to be the first driver here to get the overtake done? Are we going to see a full Noah's Ark? All 4 of them go 2 by 2. Wow, McCovkin over the curves in that Lamborghini. Absolutely incredible scenes. Look how much he's closed up. Is he going to go side by side to the chicane number 2? Tries to find room on the outside. The McLaren says, no, I'm going to gently close that door on you. And then I'm going to gently close it again just to make sure you know that door is closed. McCovkin rebuilding. But he is looking racy now that he's got nothing but boost check ahead of him here, Daniel.
Yeah, absolutely. Just pushing up the train here, and as you say, really letting no boost check know that he's there, keeping him honest. But he did go a bit wide there. Nice try, but as you say, has to rebuild again. By the way, just a small technical note, John. I see that when I close my microphone, that I'm still. My microphone still is bleeping on and off, so I'm not sure what's going on there, but it doesn't seem to be on my side. But
I'm not 100% sure. So I have I put noise cancellation on your and that is rated as well, so it should be no problem for that. So anything that's happening on Discord won't be coming through on the screen.
Perfect.
Yeah, I'll put the fancy noise cancellation on. So fingers crossed. So hopefully, so let us know if you guys are hearing any weird noises. The Polish car is already up a few tenths by its livery. Exactly, Menno. Bonus horsepower. 100%. But let us know how the sound is. I know we had a few issues last time out. I even had a few gremlins reappear last night in a broadcast I was doing. Goodness knows where from. I do love technology. PCs are my favourite thing in the whole world. No, it's not, because my favourite thing in the whole world is when the leaders of a race are separated by half a tenth through a hairpin, and that is what Verstappen and Fleischer have got to show for us at the moment. Polovchuk still applying that pressure at the Campo, and they've actually got themselves a bit of a gap back to boost check now, who is more concerned, of course, with fending off McCovkin for that 5th position. Badova and Tomlin 7th and 8th, with Timmermans in 9th and Peeling, despite starting down at the back. He's got a 10-second penalty, but he's got 12 seconds separating him from Gornikov there, 10th and 11th place. Campaniella Keller and Sikorakova bringing up the rear of the field. We're going to have to stick with the lead battle here though, Daniel. Incredible precision, and these are ever-changing conditions, and let's be under no illusions of that, because there's no water falling from the sky. The track is drying. It's going to get dried out by the drivers. Every time the drivers come around this track, there is slight variations in how the cars are going to react, how the tyres are going to react, and could they get any closer through the first chicane? You want to talk about control? I will show you control. That is incredible. Again, just reiterating the point once. Look at the flames spitting out the back of that McLaren. Lovely. Boost checks just matched the fastest lap of the race, Daniel. This is sensory overload here.
I don't know if I've ever seen that during a race. That's
I haven't seen it often. It is a bit of a rarity. I think this is maybe only the third. But obviously qualifying, sometimes when you've got a 40-50 car grid, it's inevitable you're going to see a few drivers with matching times. But again, changeable conditions such as these, that is incredible. Look how much better the Lamborghini is on the way into the corners. Fleischer fully accounting for it though. We've still got 9 minutes before the pit window opens. I highly doubt, unless someone has massively misjudged their opening strategy, I don't think we're going to see many people coming in at when the pit window opens, Daniel. I think we're going to see the teams try and stay out for as close to the full hour as possible, so they can get some kind of idea of what the track's going to be like for the closing 30 minutes, because at this stage we have no idea what the track is going to be like in 40 minutes from now.
Yeah, absolutely agree. You just when things aren't broken, you shouldn't fix them. So just go on and see how things change, and adapt, and you should be good.
Indeed, yeah. You're still watching that battle between, excellent. So that is, of course, the Campo and Polovchuk that you're watching. I'm sticking to this battle up at the front. These two up at the front. We're seeing Fleischer, who is on board. Look, he's got his window wipers on. He is, ooh, and that's a bit of a run wide there by the McLaren. He manages to gather up again. Fleischer going to get very close. Look how close he's getting through that hairpin. Incredible. Comes across those exit curves. Again, ever-changing conditions. McCorkin back within range of Buszek. Polovchuk and De Campo look like they're having a phenomenal battle there, Daniel.
Yeah. You don't know where to look, but yeah, it's good that we have two streams running tonight. Because yeah, so much action, and of course McCorkin just within a second of Buszek behind there. So yeah, more stuff going on.
Indeed, yeah, he's certainly Buszek. Oh, Fleischer's just taking the fastest lap while behind Verstappen. Verstappen's just run wide on the exit to turn 3, but again, has he run wide or has he just taken a different line than I'm used to taking in the Ferrari? He's in a McLaren. It's probably that, because it's hard to say he's put a foot wrong any place so far. You can see the drying line. The Lamborghini pops himself out onto the wetter part of the track, and you can now visibly see what I'm talking about the track evolving. You can see a drier line that the drivers are having to stick to. If they're going to now go for overtakes, it's going to be on the wet part of the track. How is this going to play with the PSIs of the tyres? We're going to potentially see what we just saw a moment ago. Fleischer back. Oh, the back of the McLaren really doing its best to let go on Verstappen there. Verstappen wrestling that back into line again. Fleischer going to have a look up the inside of the chicane, the hairpin. Always run deep. Verstappen nails the cutback. Unbelievable.
Yeah, as I said during our sort of track guide, it's so easy to brake too late and yeah, miss your braking point, and yeah, you're basically done there. Because of course you lose all the momentum onto the straight here, but it looks like yeah, the damage maybe wasn't too bad. Still within a second, so
yeah, incredible recovery. We're just going to watch him through the chicane. Again, takes so much of the empty curve, avoids that exit curve, puddles, standing water on the left end, and you can see there the dry air line comes into the chicane. He's got 2 wheels in the wet, 2 wheels on the dry, and out of here a whole lot of sideways action. Just a bit too lively on the loud pedal, carried too much speed through here and there. It almost went so easy to end up in the wall. That was not easy to save that. That was a lot easier to just end up in the wall. There goes the Lamborghini. Here comes the cutback. Phenomenal battling between the top two. And I can't stress enough, and I'm going to sound like a broken record, but these are changeable conditions lap on lap. The sun is now fully out, so 7:30 p.m. As the sun is setting, he's putting his hat on before he says goodnight. How much is the track now going to dry out, do we wonder? Louis Fleischer, that's still a lot of spray coming off the back of his car.
Verstappen. Polovchuk really close to De Campo, of course, but McCorkin is now also, well, as I say that, of course, he drops back just a tiny bit, but really close to Buszek now, so another 2 close battles going on.
Yeah, it really is. Gortnikov up a few positions as well now. He's up to 11th. Campaniella, Keller and Sikora Koba, 12th, 13th and 14th. Timmermans still inside the top 10 as well. Campaniella coming into the pits, so that must be strategy related, because again the pit window is not open, so that is going to be another stop in the pits for Campaniella in the Lambo. We are watching the GT Omega spoiler of Team Shazoo being chased down by Team Ballas, or are we going to watch RCI Esports Blue being chased down by the Team 1FF Lamborghini? Let's have a look into the first chicane. So committed, and that is not easy to do.
Yeah, you need a lot of faith. You need a lot of faith if you do that.
You do indeed, and yeah, what it is that Daniel and I are referring to, of course, is effectively into those corners. Fleischer is going in pretty blind. Through that chicane there, sorry, on you go.
Polovchuk and De Campo battling it out, but Polovchuk not able to make the move there.
Out with that second chicane as well, into the hairpin. Sorry, on you go, Daniel, talk to us.
Yeah, so yeah, has to build up again. So onto the straight here, onto the final chicane. But, yeah, really had that momentum coming onto the Sacramentshelling. And yeah, I think that's probably the best point to do your overtakes there. The other point is what we just saw is, let me look what the corner, yeah, the Bollenbergbocht is where we just saw someone go wide there. So that's probably the 2 or 3 biggest, the other of course being the Kleine Chicane. Those are really the biggest points to do your overtake. But yeah, the Kleine Chicane, of course, you don't really have the momentum to do your overtake unless you're a fair bit quicker. So I would say that again the Sacramentshelling, because you need so much courage over this over the chicane there. That's really what separates the men from the boys, and that's why you can do. Yeah, you can try your overtakes there. Just looking at the chat, by the way, Menno says the sound is perfect tonight. Wow, that's yeah, we're getting there.
Excellent. I was going to crack a joke about anybody who think I'd done this before, but I won't tempt fate. I will not tempt fate, no. Just like the 4-hour race will go smoothly, Daniel. Can't believe you threw us under the bus for that one. But there we go, we'll crack on. Much like Fleischer and Verstappen. Oh, the sun did have his hat on. We've now got the clouds coming back out then, so it looks like we've got the weather is indecisive as it is in Britain, over in Belgium at the minute. Both of them on that curve. And yeah, well actually I wonder if we'll see here just how close. Because I know recently I've been racing, recently I have been driving a Ferrari around at track at Watkins Glen while other people have raced around me. But one of the things that I was noticing there, Fleischer's so close, is effectively a blind entry into some of the corners. He can effectively only see the car. He is so close to the car going through that chicane that he is hitting those curves completely blind, and that really does show a whole lot of track knowledge. He's not quite close enough on this go around, but maybe into the second chicane. We'll see. Not quite close enough again, but it is. Yeah, as I was saying, Daniel, it is a whole lot of faith in your track knowledge, and a whole lot of track knowledge as well, to be able to blindly throw your car into a corner, hit curves that are indecisive at the best of times, and still keep it going. And if you keep applying that pressure, there's still only 4 tenths separating the top 2 here, and 3rd and 4th.
Yeah, well, as you say, changing conditions, and yeah, that makes that especially that curve, as you say, the Kleine Chicane. Can you say Kleine Chicane, please?
Kleine Chicane?
Kleiner, yeah. Almost
Kleiner.
The sound is not so perfect anymore. Kleine Chicane, yeah, no, very good.
Thrown straight under the bus.
Well, maybe I can throw a bit of Scottish. I threw myself under the butt there.
Just choked on the coffee. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, I don't have a webcam on you, so I don't know where you're taking a sip of your coffee, of course. So
indeed.
I will refrain from trying that Scottish accent again.
I know. Well, that's the thing. At least you can say purple burglar alarm. Purple burglar alarm.
Purple burglar alarm.
Okay, no, you can't. That's fine. I don't feel so bad now. I'm called Lee Fleischer. Oh, and that's a lively entry in the second chicane there from Verstappen. He really is living on the edge, Daniel, much like you with some of these jokes, by the way.
I know no shame, and neither does he. Oh, I see a yellow flag there for Tomlin. The Big Brain Racing car was just off the track there, and yeah, he had a moment there on the chicane. So just a small moment there.
Yeah, he was looking good early doors too. He was involved in that battle up for the top 6. Dropping down ever so slightly off Polovchik and Fleischer. They're still demanding all the camera time. Again, Verstappen, a couple of times it really is looking like he's living absolutely on the edge in that McLaren, or He's just adapting to the conditions lap on lap. Oh, he's run a bit wide there. That's 2 wheels on the slippy green AstroTurf. The Lamborghini is going to be invited around the outside of turn number 3. Is he going to get the cutback? And you can see that again, that's not easy for the drivers to deal with. That sunshine, as the sun sets, that bounces off the wet tarmac, and I can assure you that will have an effect on the driver's ability to corner and their visibility as they come round these corners, especially the drivers that are on board. Oh, Fleischer sends one past. What's happened? Oh, Verstappen in the pits. No, wait.
Verstappen pit? No.
Where's Verstappen gone? What's happened?
Did he have a disconnect?
Oh my goodness, I think he's disconnected. Yeah, he's disconnected from the server.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's currently showing him in 7th position, but they're saying there's 2 cars. Nick Timmermans is actually in 7th.
Yeah, I don't see him anymore.
Beautiful racing between the 2 of them. So you held the lead there. It's coming into the first chicane. So coming in the first chicane, Lee Fleischer just took the lead of the race. Oh yeah, there we go.
Oh.
That is absolutely heartbreaking for the team and for the commentary team, for the viewers. What a battle those 2 were having. Unbelievable.
That makes me slightly depressed, because that was just such a brilliant battle, and to see it end like that is saddening.
Maddening, actually. You could change the S to an M. Maddening is what that is. Absolutely infuriating. That's the technicalities of racing, whether it's sim racing or real. Problems can happen, technical glitches can happen, and disconnecting from the server. Absolute heartbreak for a team that were looking very, very, very good for definitely a podium, if not on for the race win. They were ragdoll in that McLaren around in the wet. Verstappen with an absolute worldly of a drive up the front. Fleischer as well with a great drive, and 100% guarantee there is no way Louis Fleischer, even given the stakes, wants to win a race like that. But he now finds himself with a 5.9 second gap over Mattia De Campo and Pavlo Polovchuk, and it's just dawned on me as well, they are the team in second in the championship, only a point behind De Campo and Team Shizou there, Daniel. So again, you really doubt that Team Shizou want to take the lead in the championship this way, but all they need to do now is bring this home on the podium, and that is going to put them a few points to the good going into Watkins Glen next time out.
Yeah, absolutely, and in the end, that's what this championship is about, of course. So that's they'll do the business and just finish on the podium, as you say. I'm just reading the chat a bit. I see La 1 444 Gus to the 93 car, and Menno says, oh no, disconnect for Strepen. Tom Bryant saying, well, that's devastating. Yes, it is. I absolutely agree with that. Menno says, what a bummer. And Menno actually asks Tom Bryant, aren't they rejoining? Which I think is a good question, because you have to be really quick. Of course, rejoining does take quite a bit of time, and they're trying to rejoin, says Tom. So hopefully we will see them again. Who knows? There's points up for grabs, so who knows what can happen.
Yeah, definitely, especially there's only 13 cars left in the race, and there's definitely more than 13 cars that are awarded points in the championship, double points in the last race as well.
Yep.
So absolutely grab them while you can. We did have someone jump in and say car 93, so there we go. My apologies, my glasses are at the other side of the room, obviously, and so is the screen that I'm trying to read the chat on. Obviously. That's what happens when you change your streaming room every couple of hours.
You keep doing all those different streams. That's That's not good. Tom Bryant also says, gonna make it very tough to qualify as a GT3 for the 799 from that. So yeah, that's...
Matthias Sladke in the chat as well. Yeah, they have unfortunately been disconnected from the server. Yeah. So yeah, kudos. We've got a lot to answer for. Bakar MZ there it was. Let's go car 93. So anyone else? Give us a shout. Who else are you cheering on? We'll get some camera time for them all while we're watching. Still this battle for 2 podium positions. It is an ill wind that blows nobody some good. 2 people have definitely been blown some good here. De Campo and Polovchuk both on the podium. De Campo and Team Shizou, a massive boost in their championship aspirations with that disconnect again. There's no way in the world they want to win championships or races with other teams disconnecting. One of these things these drivers all have in common, and I'm sure you'll agree with me, Daniel, it's all about the side-to-side battling and the actual racing and getting it done on track. There's no bragging rights whatsoever in another team disconnecting.
No, it's, I mean, we all, in the end, want to have fun with this hobby. So, don't know what you whispered there, but...
Oh no, saying, oh good, they're back, there's weapons back in.
Ah, nice.
Ironically, they're going to have to sit there for 2 minutes because there is a penalty for returning the garage or rejoining the servers. You get an automatic 2 minutes, so they're going to have to sit there. There we go, back out again. 3 laps down.
It's a good character to rejoin. Of course, the points are valuable, so... but good to see that they're rejoining, because... I'm guessing it's really tempting to not rejoin. I'm sure they're annoyed, to say the least.
Yeah, 100%. But yeah, no, it's good strategy as well. You can say double points in the last race, and we've still got Watkins Glen to go as well. They're currently only a point off the championship lead. It's definitely going to be a bit of dent in their chances for the top 3, but given the pace that they've shown, they're going to be on the podium or there or thereabouts in the next 2 races at least. So yeah, good to see them back in, maximising their points haul as much as they can. We've seen a few cars come into the pits where Daniel keeps an eye on that battle. There is Tommy Weiss coming out for the Corner Cut Racing team in the Porsche. We'll need to get that livery sorted for next week. 4x4's not working. Velika Polsky is out on track as well in the Mercedes. So to Rakhmetov, the 2 VDES cars, they've got their pit stops taken. The Mercedes absolutely melting those curbs. The track now upgraded from standing water, bring your Wellington boots, a bucket and spade, to marginally damp. So those conditions are definitely improving for the drivers. Now you can see nowhere near, definitely still bits of standing water. So drivers that are out on the wet tyres, we're going to see them jumping off the driving line every now and again to try and cool the wets down before they come into the pits. Plus we can see a lot of lateral movement on the back of the Team Shizou McLaren there. But he's got himself a good gap now, the back 2 Polovchik. It's the biggest gap we've seen between the 2 of them. And you can just see they're into the hairpin. Usually they've been right on top of one another. Fleischer then 7 seconds to the good. And Fleischer up at the front there, Daniel. He is a driver released, it seems. That gap, we know De Campo and Polovchuk, they're not slouches. And he's Fleischer now, he's free and not battling up at the front. He is increasing that gap and going pretty much faster lap on lap.
Yeah, I would even say that his biggest challenge right now is just keep focus, because the conditions are tricky and still changing. So he has to keep focused without, I mean, if you're under pressure, that's of course very tiring, but at least you know that you're focused in each and every corner. And maybe that's just my lack of talent, but I know that for myself, if I'm driving alone, it's much easier to sort of drift off in your mind and make a mistake. But of course, Fleischer is absolutely not on my disgraceful level. So.
I was going to say, yeah, if you'd like to see a perfect example of what it's like to lose concentration and focus, go back and watch my stream this afternoon for me doing LFM. It is amazing the way I can find the barriers in the closing 5 minutes of a race. Just, I think they turn up the electromagnets. That's what the problem is. I'm talking about Louis Fleischer going quicker lap on lap. Matteo De Campo. Hold my beer. The Team Shizou drivers just on a 1 minute 32.112 to go 1800ths quicker than Fleischer, while fending off Pavlo Polovchuk, who is still most definitely there in the background. The track is most definitely drying out as well. Thankfully we do have a bit of sun left, so you can see that drying line. You can see on the outside of turn 1 there just how wet it still is out there. Of course, this part of the track in the shade, you can see the spray kicking off from the back tyres. They come round through turns 2 and 3. The sun comes out in there. You can see dry line, very little spray. Although, actually, no, there is still a bit of spray coming off the tyres through this section of the course. But that's going to be one of the bits that dries quicker. Ooh, that's a big
It's off there in the. Not sure what that is on the track, but yeah, it just had a little moment there.
Oh, it's the exit curves of the first chicane. Oh no, it's not. He guided his way through there. No, he didn't. I've made an assumption there.
Is that the film of chicane then, where he?
Oh, yeah.
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 But it's a decent save. That's a decent save because it's.
It is a good save.
It's easy to just hit the wall there, and yeah, no damage by the looks of it. So. Yeah, made the best of that situation. I see lots of people placing their quickest lap of the race so far. So yeah, as you say, track absolutely drying up. I see Nick Timmermans, Tomlin, of course, for the Big Brain Racing team. Daniel Thiele had his quickest lap, the last lap, and Velopolsky as well. So yeah, absolutely the track drying up here.
Yeah, it is Jan Christopher Streppin just back in, letting the rest of the server know he's there. He's just gone sub 1 minute 32.
Nice.
First driver to do so on the track, 1 minute 31.932. RCI Esports Blue are here for the duration, you better believe it. 13th at the minute. They are 3 laps down, but they are going to finish. They're going to get themselves some points. This is going to be a phenomenal 4-hour race. I cannot wait. This is literally, this absolutely will go down. This won't be decided until the top 4 cars, 5 cars cross the line at the end of the Suzuka race. If you're betting, put folded money on that. I guarantee it. Louis Fleischer, just having a bit of a wiggle there as the track does dry out a bit more. As I say, the clouds have recovered the sun again. The track is damp. It is cooling ever so slightly down to 17 degrees, but it's still hotting up between the 2 McLarens on the podium, De Campo and Polovchuk, Shizou and Vallis. The 2 teams are still duking it out there. De Campo either not wanting to give up the slipstream or just getting his wet tyres off onto the cold. Oh yeah, that's a colour, yeah, so it's I thought it was a different colour on his tyre there, but that is something that they do on the livery, because I know they've got, is it yellow? What is the band on the side of the cars? On the side of the tyres. I should know this off the top of my head.
Yeah, you should, because if you're asking me, I'm definitely not going to know that.
Yeah, but the wet tyres and the dry tyres have got different coloured bands on the side. That's usually how you can tell. I'm sure there's yellow on the dries and nothing on the wets. As we see, yeah, I'm sure that's what it is, isn't it? I think so. Someone in the chat will be able to point that one out as the commentators flap for some data. Joe Tomlin comes into the pits for Big Brain Racing. He's following in Jeremy Bedova for the Race Esports car. Polovchuk still following De Campo. Which one of these blinks first? De Campo Does he shake off Polovchuk? Does Polovchuk gamble on getting the undercut and trying to get himself back out in front that way? I mean, which one would you... Who do you think, Daniel, is going to come into the pits? Well, we've only got 13 minutes left of the pit window. Fleischer, I'm going to guesstimate he's happy to stay out for at least another 10 minutes. De Campo and Polovchuk, though, which one of these do you think is going to benefit the most from coming into the pits first?
Polovchuk, because he might just be a bit quicker. I think he should at least try it to do that undercut there.
Yeah, just saw him weaving over there trying to get those tyres cooled down. And they do look like they're getting pretty full there. Oh, drive through for track limits, Velika Polski.
Not having the best of races there.
No, the VDES car. The sister car just behind, so Weiss in the post going to catch up. Rakhmetov, who is a lap down, ahead of Velika Polski. Velika Polski's going to drop more time there with that drive through. Cameraman again, so close between these two as they head into chicane. Polovchuk going to look up the inside. He's maybe taking himself off the ideal line there. Is he going to be able to carry the momentum on the exit to keep the pressure on into the hairpin, or is the Campo giving him a clean pair of heels out the corners once again? There was 1.9 seconds temporarily separating these two, but Polovchuk's got caught right back up onto the back of him, lending more credence to Daniel's theory that potentially Polovchuk could be the one with the most to gain getting his pit stop done at the minute. It does appear for all the world that he is getting held up at the minute, but he is happy applying the pressure. He's got 11 minutes to come into the pits, that mandatory stop to take. Verstappen is still the fastest driver on track, and it's in fact gone quicker again. He's taken another 3/10 off his fastest lap. He's down to the 1 minute 31.645, so only a tenth off the qualifying time that he set. So it really is absolutely flying there, absolutely heartbreaking for the team, the viewers, and quite frankly for me and Daniel, or Daniel and myself, that we've been denied that battle over the front between Fleischer and Verstappen. The teams really were having a phenomenal drive. McCovkin comes into the pits. He's going to have 10 seconds to serve, so Nick Timmermans could be looking good for an overtake. It's going to be close between the two of them. McCovkin for Crazy Fly, we're looking to hand over. But still, these two battling for this podium position, Daniel. It is just an absolute... It's a beauty to behold how close the two of them still. I mean, because the conditions are still could not be more changeable. Again, we've got clouds, we've got parts of the track that are shaded and going to be damper, and it's just these two 0.4 of a second separating them on average over a lap. And Polovchuk is at the minute definitely quicker than De Campo.
Yeah, but I think that theory that you spoke out at the beginning of the broadcast. Of course, with these conditions, you also want to take the as much time as you can to see how the changes are developing. So that's probably going on with Polovchuk.
Race leader in the pit, though.
Yeah,
race leader. Yeah, so that is Team 1FF in the pits. Buszczyk's coming as well for the RCI Esports car. Their yellow car, the McLaren, up in fourth at the minute. McCovkin is just through. He's on lap 31, so he needs to make up half a lap. Of course, very short pit lane here, but because of the length of the track, I think this takes someone about 80% out of your lap time. I'm going to double check that. I do have my fact file, which of course I don't have open because I was that worried about the sound. Always the way, but yeah, I'm going to double check what the
yeah, it looks like time to pit is about 1 minute and 9 seconds on average, I would say. So Fleischer did 1 minute and 5 seconds just now, so that was a pretty quick stop, and he was only stopped for 29 seconds, whereas for instance Christoph Somijn in Redfern, who took over the Big Brain Racing car, they were standing still for 34 seconds.
Yeah, right, Zolder. Oh no, sorry, 68%. So it actually takes the same amount of a lap as Monza.
Ah, okay. The Campo also coming in?
Oh so, no, sorry, it's not 68%. My goodness me, I'm looking at the wrong number. It's 68 seconds for a tyre change. 77% of your lap you lose with a pit stop at Zolder. Spa is only 69%.
Ah.
So, yeah, the pit lane at Zolder is far more detrimental to your lap times than the pit lane at Spa.
Which is amazing, because Spa is famously long, of course, but what Zolder has going for it in that respect is that the track is just incredibly short.
Indeed, that's exactly it, yeah, it's the length. Polovchuk,
so against our expectations, he's the car that stayed out the longest. The Campo is still in the pit. Just driving out right now. So let's see where Lindner is.
Oh, must be Gorodetsky. And he's come into the pit, so Polovchuk has come straight in. So now the chase is on for the Campo. Polovchuk in, 6 minutes left of the pit window. We've got another Ferrari that's stealing coming in. Verstappen. Well, he's going to have to come in the next 6 minutes for the pit window anyway. So let's have a look at Polovchuk. He is on his way stealing in. There's Samin out for the DC-SimRacing team. Nikita Gorodetsky out. Alex Deleu is out for the Race Esports team. He is quick. So too Benjamin Haleman out for the RCI Esports team. Lewis Zelch out for Team Shizou. He is just coming in to Sector 3 now. Polovchuk is stationary. Lewis Zelch is still chasing him. And in fact, Vincent Lindner, who's out for the Team 1 FF car, into the final chicane. Yeah, he is going to comfortably be back out in the lead. Polovchuk still stationary. Zelch coming into the final chicane now. Polovchuk is still stationary. Lewis Zelch is out the last chicane, and Polovchuk, Daniel, is still stationary. Oh, he's moving now. Uzdetsky is moving, but I'm going to declare that Team Shizou are now comfortably in second place, Daniel.
Yeah, that's 3 seconds quicker that pit stop is. So, there you go. There you go. So, so who took over from Polovchuk?
Igor Uzdetsky.
Right. Yeah, my screen hasn't updated yet, so. Zelch in front of him now. Yeah, there we go.
So great strategy by Team Shizou then. They've given themselves a nice bit of a gap. Although, is it enough? We will see if these two can put on the same display that their teammates have for the opening few laps. Team Shizou in second, Team Ballas in third, but it is still Team 1 FF. Vincent Lindner behind the wheel now in their Lamborghini, finds himself at the lead of at the head of the pack, in the lead of the race. Matt Redfern, we saw the Team Ballas, Big Brain Racing, Team Ballas are up in the podium, John. Matt Redfern, Big Brain Racing, 8th place. They're running in at the moment, still inside the top 10. Christoph Verstappen hasn't gone any quicker than the 1 minute 31.6, but has still gone quicker than everyone else out on track by at least half a second. Going to have to come into pits in the next 4 minutes for their mandatory requirements. And it is, this one could be done and dusted. No, well, sorry, from that angle there, it did look like the Team Ballas car had a good old run. Seconds out, round 17 between these two teams. Their teammates clearly got the memo. You can see just how much the conditions have changed in there. The white stripe on the outside of the Team Ballast tyres. There is Yuzdetski, and this is just a reignition of this battle. The pit stops could not separate them, Daniel. Nothing is going to separate these two for the next 33 minutes either, by the look of it.
Lovely. I am looking, by the way, at the Verstappen, at Christopher Verstappen, because I do hope that they don't forget to do their pit stop. Of course, it's still mandatory to do that pit stop and that driver swap, especially the driver swap. So, but I'm sure they will want to wait till the last moment, since they've, of course, rejoined so late, I should say. But, just a bit of concern there for me.
Indeed, yeah. Well, we've got 2.5 minutes left of the pit stop. How far? Let's have a look. Where is he into the lap? Oh, yeah, okay. So the end of this lap, he's probably more likely going to have to come in. The track now up to Greasy. Oh, there we go. Out of the last chicane. All the fun of the fair. How did he hold on to that again? That is what separates. Oh, so he ran a bit deep in the hairpin then, actually, so he was looking really close through the hairpin.
Yeah, again, easy to do there. It's somehow very easy to just misjudge your braking point there. Tilo is also in the pit.
Standing ovation. What a save that was in greasy conditions there from Ihor Yuzdetski. That was incredible stuff. It's given a big gap between himself and Zell. It's one of the biggest that we've seen so far. As you mentioned, Alex Deleu there back in the pits, Daniel. Did we see, was there an accident or some damage?
I'm looking at it, but 23... Not sure what went on there. Verstappen also coming into the pit, so my concern is relieved. Not sure if my English is working anymore, but doing my best.
Yeah, is there someone on slicks? I'm trying to figure that out. I cannot remember. Right, so they do look like they've got the yellow stripe on them, so I think they are dry tyres on the race leader.
That's an interesting move.
That is definitely a yellow stripe on those tyres.
Yeah. Interesting. Let's see how the first couple of laps go.
As we can see there, I can assure you the graphics card will display everything that the game has to offer. And yeah, so yeah, slick tyres most definitely for the race leader. Now the track is greasy. Time's still pretty good though, 1 minute 32.9, 9 seconds separating him from the leader, from second place. So yeah, could have played an absolute blinder of a strategy coming out on the dries. And that is confidence in your ability, Daniel, because they still had 9 minutes left to take their pit stop.
Is that...
Lindner in the lead,
Yeah, exactly, you're right.
Oh,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I'm looking at Redfern also in the pit. Of course, you saw Low in the pit. So definitely more changing to the slick then.
They're all on the slicks. Bogorodiski is on slicks. Haleman is on slicks. I cannot tell if Zielt is on slicks because they've got the decorative. No.
The lap times look pretty much the same still.
Yeah, look, you can see the groove in the tyre there.
Ah, yeah.
So yeah, definitely they are on wet. Oh yeah, you can see the groove there, 100%. So
You could even count the grass there, but
it's a grass, yeah, you actually could. But yeah, so is anyone on slicks? 2 of the top 3 are on slicks. 1 of the top 3 is on wet tyres on a greasy track with 28 minutes of defending, or will it be 20 minutes of defending? Will it be 22 minutes of defending? Will it be 15 minutes of defending? How long can Team Shizou fend off the advancing Team Ballas on what is potentially the prime tyre? And I would have to say, Daniel, if I was a driver at the moment, I'm probably would have. Oh, the wet. Oh, the wet struggling on the way in, the dry struggling on the way out. That is definitely a dry line we are seeing, Daniel. I would have stayed out personally for 59 minutes, and I think I probably would have threw myself on a set of dry tyres as well. But up to greasy and 2 wheels on the grass. Team Shizou trying to cool them down, and Team Ballas Esport trying to keep out at the back of Team Shizou, who are going to be floundering. It's got to be mission impossible now for Team Shizou to hang on to second place, surely.
Yeah, I would agree. It's just it's still so much time left. You're not going to be able to keep that up. So yeah, that's a shame. I mean, again, my level is so much lower than these guys. So I would probably have kept the wets on as well. But yeah, it's technically, if you have the skill to do it, yeah, you definitely should make that call pretty early on and go to slicks as soon as you can, of course.
Yeah, I would say so. Sorry, that is frozen again. There we go. I don't know why that keeps doing that. Technology is a wonderful thing, said no one ever.
Says the man with the best graphics card that's out there. That's what technology does for you as well.
Indeed it does.
It does not very good.
Just because it starts with a higher number generally just means you've got a larger headache to deal with.
Yeah, exactly. Well, my offer to trade our graphics card is still open somewhere.
It's so kind of you, that. Oh, and look at the cut back there. I was about to say we're going to see a move soon. It had to happen. The drive out the corners was clear. The Team Ballas car had it. Team Shizou though, definitely not out of the hunt. Let's go back and just watch that. It kind of started there through the second chicane. Of course, along the start-finish straight, it did look... sorry, out of turn number 3, we could see the Team Ballas car getting a lot closer. That dry line, you can see Team Ballas on the dry line, Team Shizou very much on the wet line, trying to cool those wet tyres. Gets a phenomenal rotation around that hairpin. Does the Ballas Esports driver. And we can see Shizou on the drier line there. Just a lot more grip then, obviously, for the dry tyre right over that inside curve. Really on that inside curve halfway through the corner, and just that corner exit, otherworldly. There's still a puddle on the left hand exit for the final chicane, but right round the outside, opens up the corner, goes for the cutback, positions it beautifully, Daniel, and yeah, very nicely done. Still not an easy overtake to make, even if your opponent is floundering a bit on tyres, but yeah, nicely done. And Yudetsky, you'd think, is going to open up a big gap now with that tyre difference.
Yeah, I think so. I'm just wondering if they would consider changing the tires still, but of course it would be too short for that. Just 25 minutes. I'm not sure, but did we know which tire Selch is on?
He's on the wet tyres.
Okay, so yeah, that's would not make sense to come in anymore. Yeah, shame about that battle, or losing that battle, I should say. But,
indeed, and it's not done for him yet by the look of it. With him being on the wet tyre, Benjamin Haleman has wasted no time whatsoever in closing this gap. And it doesn't look like it's going to take long for him to get the overtake done. Bogoroditsky did temporarily have the fastest lap there in the Lambo. Martin Laurent instantly taking it back with a 1 minute 30.6. So greasy conditions were still quicker than we were in qualifying. My apologies for the Unbelievably poor diction there. I don't know where that one came from. But yeah, Martin Larenc at the back of the field. Zelch, yeah, it's one of those very tricky positions that really isn't worth coming in to change the tyre, but they are going to lose positions. Again, Haleman has closed up so quickly, and his lap time's over a second quicker than Zelch at the minute, so they gambled on the wet tyres, and it's not a gamble that's paid off. The track temperature holding at 17 degrees, but again, out the last corner, Daniel just doesn't have the drive, and whether it's a cutback here or just right round the outside, Haleman is going to get RCI Esports back onto the podium.
Yeah, so the lap time by Zelch, the last lap was 1:33.4, so that is with a bit of battling going on. But if you look at Boroditsky behind him, that's 1:37.7, I should say. So yeah, there's a huge difference, just 11 seconds behind Zelch right now. So yeah, another car closing up really fast. It's gonna probably take maybe 3 or 4 laps before Boroditsky is appearing, or very much in the rear view mirror of Zelch here. So yeah. But yeah, as you say, if you go in, you're gonna lose just say 1 minute and 10 seconds. So yeah, it would not be worthwhile to come in anymore, because you would definitely go to P6, I think, maybe even, probably, I think P6 was too low still. Of course, he went in as well, just when the pit window was closed. We see the triple.
Yeah, he's put on slick tyres as well. His lap times have suddenly taken a massive trending upwards. He's just on a 1 minute 30.692, so only 0.3 slower than fastest lap holder Martin Larenc. That definitely put in credence, and in fact, there we go. That is how bad it is, Daniel. With 21 minutes to go, Team Shizou are going to come in, because they've done the calculations and they've realised that they'll lose less places by losing 77% of the lap time. I think one of the reasons that's motivated them is the fact that the team they're tied with, Larenc, 3 laps down. He's going to bring home points for 12th, but at the minute, Zelch, obviously, they've gambled on the wet. It's not paid off, and they've had to bite the bullet. It's going to cost them positions, but in the long run, some damage limitation there. But yeah, Team Shizou really caught out by the conditions then. Yep,
and that's also that's always the tricky thing. It makes races like this so incredibly interesting. Especially with the pit window. That's all the ingredients to really get the drivers or get the teams thinking what's the right choice to make. And unfortunately, the 211 car tonight got it slightly wrong. So,
the gamble didn't pay off.
Yeah, leaving the pit lane right now, and that's going to be about 12 seconds in front of Tulio.
He's just set the fastest lap of the race.
Yeah, that's nice. 1:29.87. 1:29.87. I can't imagine that sort of lap time.
I know. I struggle to do that in dry conditions, and these drivers are doing it in greasy. So absolute hats off to them. Although Martin Larenc, he really doesn't like giving up that fastest lap, does he, Daniel? He likes to share it occasionally, but as soon as someone sets themselves the fastest lap, there is Larenc once again. RCI Esports Blue back on the top of the time with 1 minute 28.7. So now faster than my personal best qualification times in ideal conditions. Direct drive wheel for sale. We just saw that.
Another one if you want to spare. I have an entire rig for sale. So.
Plenty of spare parts. Come and see Daniel and I. We'll get all your SimRacing needs sorted out. And some decent equipment as well. Embarrassingly, even more embarrassing.
Yeah, so there's that point in your sim race career where you think that getting expensive stuff might make you a bit quicker. But yeah, we're the absolute proof that that's absolutely not the case.
Definitely not the case. No. Despite contrary to popular belief, there isn't a magic sachet, a talent that Fanatec sends you with a direct drive wheel. Yeah, I didn't read the brochure closely enough. Clearly, Alex Deleu, he's not done in his charge for that purple lap in the race. He's just gone. No, never mind. Martin Larek is just retaken. Deleu with a 1 minute 29.7. Larek instantly answers back 4 tenths quicker. What a battle we have been denied up at the front. Vincent Lindner, I'm sure at this stage, is ever so slightly grateful. He's got a nice easy, I say a nice easy run. The track is now gone to green, so the conditions are still changing, but they are now most definitely changing in the driver's favour. Still a few puddles out there on track, but the majority of the tarmac that the drivers are using is going to be dry and give them the grip that they are used to. So we're going to see that purple lap change hands quite a few times over the closing 17 minutes. It's Team 1FF that are leading the way after a turbulent race for all involved. Team Ballas in second, and it's RCI Esports on the podium, but it is the yellow car with Benjamin Haleman in third position. Nikita Bogoroditsky's got the fastest car on the track, keeping him company there in fourth place. Christoph Sabine, Team Sis Racing, fifth place, and then Team Shizou back out in sixth position, and just on a 1 minute 29.7, so only a tenth slower than the lap. 4 tenths slower than Martin Larenc, but absolutely mixing it, and they are the third quickest car on track at the minute. Racing can be such a cruel mistress. Alex Deleu for Race Esports in 7th, Rakhmetov for BDS Academy in 8th, Tomlin for Big Brain in 9th, Ice for the Corner Cut of Racing team in 10th position, Velikopolsky for VDES in 11th, and of course our RCI Esports Blue Car in 12th position, and Daniel Thielen just taken over again for Credit for the Team Brinkers Pub, 13th position at the moment.
Yeah, they've been. I've been watching them for a while, but they've been in for a while, I think. So that's the 799 car, at least up to 12. So they were able to make up another position there. So definitely worth. I mean, it just goes to show they came in with 3 laps. They were 3 laps behind, and now they're back into 12th position. So.
Yeah, always worth joining. They'll get the points for 12th. We've still got Watkins Glen, and we've still got double points at the 4-hour race at Suzuka. If they can do this over 90 minutes, haha! Oh, that is going to be some race. Absolutely incredible.
Very nice.
Indeed. Vincent Linder still leading the way, and Zelt still trying to close in on Sameen. Putting in some mean laps as well. 1 minute 30.2 on that last one. 30.0, the quickest lap so far. Car 74 has been disqualified for exceeding maximum driver time. Big Brain Racing, how?
I've seen Redfern in that car.
Yeah, so Tomlin must have got back in, and he's gone over the hour, so they are out. Another place then for Martin Larenc and the RCI Esports team. But yeah, Joe Tomlin, that seems they must have had an issue with Redfern then, because there's no way they've there's no way that a team like Big Brain Racing have missed that row, so they must have had a problem with Matt Redfern when he took over the car, because he's definitely done a stint. He's definitely been in that car.
Looking at the Discord chat, actually, I see that Daniel Thiele had a game crash. So.
Yeah, so that's where they've rejoined.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, drive-through penalty as well. So yeah, bad to worse in the closing stages there. Yeah, the server really has played more of a part than the weather has tonight, which has been. Well, actually, that's maybe a bit of an exaggeration. We've had a couple of disconnects that have been really unfortunate. Well, it has been. I mean, that battle with Martin Larenk and Lindner up at the front, that promised to be an absolute worldie. We can see at the minute then Zelch is just about to be lapped by the race leader. That choice of tyre proven ever more painful in the closing stages. And he is pretty close to matching them for lap times as well. 29.6 for Linder, 29.3. Zelch with a 29.7. So yeah, he is definitely flying. There's the drive through cleared. Rakhmetov coming into the pits in the closing stages.
Yeah. And that's, I think, wow.
They're on wet tyres.
Ah.
Yeah, no yellow band around the tyre. So yeah, those are wet tyres. So yeah, it looks like they've come in for a late tyre change then. There's still some decent laps to go putting in. Oh yeah, 32.5, so 3 seconds off the pace. So yeah, they were definitely losing time hand over fist there.
Yeah, it's still of course late to make that decision with just a bit over 12 minutes to go on the clock. But,
and they've just been given a drive-through for speeding in the pit lane.
Yikes.
Yeah, that is a devastating end for BDES. They've got 2 cars, both cars in the top 10 in the championship at the moment. So they're sure they'll still be keen to bring this home and get as many points as they can. Again, double points in Suzuka.
Yep.
So it is absolutely still all to drive for.
Be there or be square.
Indeed. Much like the Degnas or the Lesbos, whichever one it is. I keep getting the two of them mixed up. But they're identical corner complexes. There's just a bit more angle at the Suzuka. Just a bit more downhill slope. Thank you again, Kieran Clifford, for putting that non-distinction in my head. I now can't tell the difference between the two. So, obviously, when we're at Suzuka and I start calling them the Lesmos, you know which corner it is I'm talking about. It's one of those things. As soon as you make that mistake, you overthink it so that you don't make it again. It's a downhill. Yeah. It's an uphill battle from there. Uphill battle from there. It was an uphill battle that Zelch had. They've come into the pits. They are fending off the Lou. The Lou is still 4/10 a second a lap quicker. 4/10 of a second quicker than Zelch. So yeah, a few more laps. They could certainly be applying the pressure of Team Suzuka. I'm sure they'll be eternally grateful for bringing home 6th place here again with the RCI Esports, their main championship rivals at the minute, finishing so far down the grid. It's going to do their chances all the better. Let's see, Larenk and Rakhmetov. Oh no, Rakhmetov has still got a couple of laps on Larenk, so it does look like Larenk's best finish now is going to be 11th. Velikopolski a lap up and closing in on his teammate after that drive-through, in fact. But Lidner still getting the job done. 29.6 on that last lap, so almost he's only 200ths off his own fastest lap of the race. Gets out ahead of the penalised Mercedes. Mercedes grateful for that. And here is Lewis, just on a 1 minute 29.355. Oh, Martin Larenk though, Daniel's just on a 28.7, and the track is still only green. It's not even optimum yet, and they're already a second and a half quicker than you and I are in perfect optimum conditions.
How is this possible? Well, I know how it's possible, but I don't want to speak the words.
Yeah, indeed. That should be on. But yeah, that is incredible stuff. Just unending amounts of talent. unending amounts of talent. Somebody's going to pop in the chat any minute now and tell us they're on joypads as well.
I've been playing a lot of Mario Kart lately, so I find that a lot easier.
Oh yeah, definitely. Benjamin Haleman, he's within 1.8 seconds of the Team Ballast car up at the front. At the moment, he is more than matching lap for lap. So Yehor definitely needs to keep these last few laps clean and consistent. Bogoroditsky in the background, he's 16 seconds down, but still going to be a good finish given their starting position. The Porsche Vice in the background there, just going another lap down, but Bogoroditsky bringing the Lambo into the final chicane. 52 laps completed. And it is going to be a good position there. Christophe Samin as well. Tim Sis Racing getting themselves up on Team Shizou. 6th place for Team Shizou. Thalou still 8.8 seconds down. And actually, Team Shizou, Daniel, another team, Velikopolsky is just on a 1 minute 28.8. Wow, so they really made the right decision coming in to get those tyres on, Daniel, and by the look of it, really could have benefited bringing them in sooner. They are matching blow for blow, lap for lap with Martin Larenc and Louis Zeltz, the 3 fastest cars on track at the minute.
Yeah, absolutely, and it just goes to show the 412 car, of course, by no stretch of the imagination, those guys are slow. So I'm just a bit amazed that they. I think they made the choice a bit late, but yeah, definitely they made the right call. Because who knows if they if they stayed out even longer, who knows what would have happened.
Indeed, yeah. Everyone has 20/20 hindsight vision.
Yep. And my 20/20 hindsight vision is very good. I know everything about race tactics at the end of a race.
Martin Larenc's come into the pits.
Oh.
So he's not going to actually lose any. The team's not going to lose any positions because Thielen has had to rejoin. So he is 3 laps down on Larenc, but Larenc has come into the pits. He is on dry tyres. Now, as you can see, the yellow marker, so it's not a yellow band, it is just a yellow branding of Pirelli for the dry tyre. But Larenc comes into the pits. We've got some RCI. Les Jonade says, go, 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 Alex. That will, of course, be Alex Thalou, who is definitely go, go, going. Timur Rakhmatov. VDS Academy. Daniel, coming alive in the closing 10 minutes. That's their other car. Just taking the fastest lap with a 1 minute 28.6. I did say this is going to change hands a lot. It really is getting spread out through the field. Team VDS showing that the Mercedes not to be messed with in the closing stages.
1:28.617, is that correct?
Correct, yes.
Yeah. It's wow. I'm looking at Helman. Is he within 1 second of Trudetsky?
No, he's within 7/10.
Oh yeah, exactly. I was kind of thinking my race control app was bugging out, but actually very close.
Yeah, very close indeed. Menu in the chat pointing out that Larenc probably pitting to sort out his tyre pressures. Velikopolsky's in the pits as well. He's just near the world the other lap. And he's in the pits, so maybe he is going for the fastest lap. Maybe they're coming to sort the tyre pressures, but Velikopolsky in with less than 5 minutes to go. And now with less than 5 minutes to go, the podium battle is by no means done and dusted. First place, fairly well signed, sealed and delivered for Team 1FF, but the second and third place by no means decided at the moment, as Zudetsky and Haleman look to do battle the two McLarens. Again, two McLarens on the podium. It is a Lamborghini bringing home the race win at the minute. The track greened down a degree as well. The clouds definitely putting most of the track in shade at the minute. He's still in the pit, so not only is he in the pit late, that is a long pit stop he's taken as well. But 55 laps in, it's still Lindner leading. Uzetski and Haleman still battling for second and third. Begoroditsky got that fourth place. He's 16 seconds down on these two, so they really don't want to be doing too much battle. Definitely avoid contact at all costs. But Haleman, looking the quicker of the two, he is definitely closing that gap on Uzetski, Samin and Zelt. Still 5th and 6th with Falou, still in 7th. Rakhmatov still with the fastest lap under his belt. Weiss in 9th. Velkopolsky back out the pits in 10th place. Larenk and Thielen 11th and 12th. And we can see here Daniel battling McLarens again on the podium. The Team Ballas eSport car. It's going to be quite a highlight reel they've got from this race. I'm sure from a spectator's point of view, phenomenal stuff. I'm sure they would have been much happier with a quieter race, but they're not getting a quiet ending here as Benjamin Haleman, he is gunning for second place here.
Yeah, absolutely. Just a couple of minutes left, but yeah, he should be able to at least put under pressure enough. So definitely not over yet. And that's great to see. Great to see that the racing, of course, keeps going on until the final lap. Well, that's racing for you. So, but even with well, just 13 cars on track, that's yeah, good to see.
Yeah, it really is incredibly close still between these podium protagonists. Lindner 56 laps in, more than likely blissfully unaware of the battle that's going on behind them. Haleman and Zizetsky. Does Haleman, a bird in the hand is worth two in the bush, but second place, is that worth the risk? Again, probably not with the double points. Zizetsky really testing the limits of the suspension on the McLaren there through the first chicane. The drivers starting to get extremely liberal with the approach to that chicane once again. Through the second chicane, it is McLaren on McLaren, bumper to bumper, front splitter to rear diffuser. Less than a second separating these two once again as they make their way in to sector number 3 into the hairpin. How close is he going to get on exit? Through the middle phase, very good. He had two wheels just on those red inside curbs. That is the leader on the final lap then, and these two just coming into the final chicane behind them, 3 tenths separating them. Haleman has got one last chance for romance. Can he get that second spot from Team Ballas? They've fought tirelessly throughout the race, even through the pit stops. Could not be separated from Team Shazoo. It was only the tyre choice that separated them. And in fact, Daniel, on the last lap, if Team Shazoo hadn't made that tyre choice and Martin Larenk hadn't been disconnected, make sure you're tuned in on August the 17th for Watkins Glen, is what I'm trying to say, Daniel.
Absolutely. And no connection problems at that time. Absolutely, we can't have that. That's yeah, as you say, the level just so amazing, and we've been robbed of a battle tonight with those connection problems.
Yeah, so, most definitely.
We did have a good battle, but yeah, it was taken away from us.
Oh, but we've been gifted with another battle between these two. Let's make sure we get Lindner crossing the line. He's already making his way again just behind the Team Shizuka. A battle that we could have seen take place, but instead it is Zelt's a lap down. He moves over, he lets the race leaders through, and it is Team 1FF in the Lamborghini taking a hard-fought top spot in ever-changeable conditions. What a race that was. And it is going to be Team Ballas leading the way into the final chicane, and they should get the job done out of the final chicane as well. Someone else is disqualified for the... Thielen's been disqualified for exceeding maximum driver time. Uzetski gets Team Ballas Esports onto the second spot, and Benjamin Haleman does see RCI Esports onto the podium in the yellow car. Nikita Bogoroditsky for Crazy Fly Racing gets the Lamborghini comfortably at the last corner on lap number 58, and he takes himself fourth place. Christoph Samin Tim Sis Racing, beautifully done in the Ferrari in the top 5. I'm not biased, you are. And it is Lewis Zeltz for Team Shizou, already given the checkered flag there in 6th. Thalou in 7th, Rakhmatov in 8th, Weiss in 9th, Velikopolsky in 10th, and Martin Larenk, unsurprisingly there at the death, Daniel, takes the fastest lap.
Nice. Well, they came back in style. Well, I wish they came back further, but that fastest lap is absolutely deserved. And better luck in Watkins Glen.
And if nothing else, it lays down a marker for the rest of the field. We may have had issues, we have not given up on this one. No. And right at the death, they're taking the fastest lap. Congratulations to Lindner and Fleischer. They did not put a foot wrong, and they got themselves a well-deserved win. To finish first, you must first finish. Lindner and Fleischer for Team 1FF, proving that strategy to be the 200 IQ GOAT strategy that we all need. Polovchuk and Udetsky, phenomenal battling right through the race to get Team Ballas onto that second spot, and Haleman and Buszczyk restoring the it's not a tarnished reputation, sorry, my apologies, completely incorrect sentence there. The connections, getting RCI back on the deserved spots on the podium after their teammates cruelly disconnected. Bogoroditsky and Makovkin 5th, as we saw. Samin and Timmermans in 4th, Samin and Timmermans 5th, Zelch and DeCampo 6th, Thalou and Bedoba in 7th, Rakhmatov and Ogornikov in 8th, with Weiss and Keller in 9th, Velikopolsky and Sikorakova in 10th, Larenk and Verstappen back up to 11th, and, as we've just mentioned a few times there, holders of the fastest lap in the race as well. Round 3, Daniel. It just gets better and better.
Yep. Yeah, this looks good for round 4, and of course that nice endurance race we're going to have as a great final.
Indeed, we are. And it is places in the final, of course, that the drivers are driving for the VCO SimGrid Grand Finals in November and December. A 3-round endurance race. The top 5 in this competition will get spots in the final. GT3 and GT4 cars up for grabs. 6th, 7th and 8th will get into a playoff in October where they'll drive in GT4 cars. The top 3 from that competition, they'll get themselves a place in the final as well. To get there through the DC road to the Grand Finals the Dutch way, we've got Watkins Glen on August the 17th. So make sure you get yourself tuned in for that. Hit that subscribe button. Get involved in the Discord as well. There's
Please do.
We're looking for. Yeah, 100%. We'll pop some highlights on. But yeah, Watkins Glen, and then September 2nd is a Saturday. We will be bringing you all the coverage of the 4 hours from Suzuka with the double points. 3 mandatory pit stops there will be during that race. Oh yes, strategy. Here is the start. So make sure you go back and watch this whole series. All the videos are still available on YouTube. Make sure you go back and watch them all. Thank you very much. Thank you to everybody that's been in the chat this evening. We've had Alexander Credit, who was in. Of course, I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Menno was in, McMaz. We had Philippe Brescia, Tom Bryant was in there, Race Legende, Jond, 444 was in. R Styles was in as well. Vakar MZ, Tom Bryant we mentioned again. Matthias Ladke, of course, in the Rapid 67, Nicola Bradlova in there as well. Of course, the massive thanks, and I'm sure he'd like to dish out some congratulations as well. Mr. Daniel Metz joining me in the commentary box, and quite frankly, Daniel, we are just privileged to have front row seats to this.
Absolutely. I love the level, and absolutely. Congrats to the winner tonight, and they absolutely took advantage as they should. It's part of sim racing, unfortunately, that someone disconnects every now and then, and I wish we could have seen that battle to the fullest, but just tune in next time, and thanks everyone for watching, and thanks everyone for joining in this great competition.
Indeed, and great competition, 100%. The racing has been incredible. Cannot wait. So as I say, August 17th, make sure you tune in. That is all we have time for this evening, though. I will leave the highlights running. There's about 5 or 6 minutes though, so feel free to enjoy those. Thanks again to everyone in the chat. Thank you to Menno for putting on the whole thing, and that is a thank you and a good night from me, Mr. John Wright, aka, of course,
thank you, John
O'Raven. Absolutely welcome, Daniel. And with a good night from Daniel.
Yes, good night.
And a good night from me. Stay safe. Have a great rest of your night. Good night.
Bye bye.